Afternoon, it's Brentley here from Huckabones. Today we got a special video here of a tractor that we've made work for sidewalk clearing. So this is an L4060, which is a popular tractor for us, but we put it on narrow ag tires, and we've also done a drop sander on the back, front blade and front blower for those options of heavy snow clearing or light snow clearing. So stay tuned, we're going to show you. All right, so we're gonna start off with the front of this tractor. What we're looking at here is your 5-foot blade. You do have a 6-foot option, but this is Kubota's front blade. You can do skid shoes. This customer doesn't, just to get a better clean off the asphalt and that. So the skid shoes are a little bit better if you wanna keep it up. Or again, if you're getting into gravel and you want to push it down. You do have a spring trip. When you see the back side of this, you'll see 4 coil springs. That is, again, if you hit something going forward, that blade is going to tip forward to allow a little bit of impact to happen and not wreck something back behind. Moving back, again, you're going to have hydraulic angle on this blade standard. But what we're looking at here is the 4-point hookup. This is one of the options. So there's a standard 4-point hookup, but this is the heavy duty. So you've got adjustable top links here that you can really adjust the angle on that, and a lot heavier, beefier frame is what this is. But this is going to drive into this blade or the blower or a sweeper option. And you're going to pick up at these pins right here of drive in, pick it up, and then lock it on with the bottom pins. And instead of the standard duty being like a spring-loaded pin, this is actually a drop pin that goes through and with a locking clasp on it. So just a little bit more rigid, heavier duty, that kind of thing. And your adjustable top links are here to adjust that tilt angle on the blade or on your blower. Just a little thing that helps you do the job a little bit better when it is a commercial use. Back the frame, again, the framework on the quick hitch is a little bit heavier duty. So again, it's going to be stronger, especially with pushing snow. You want that stronger frame. The blowing snow, again, you're doing that stuff and not really needing that, but in a commercial aspect, they do recommend it. Again, we'll talk about the tractor that it's on, L4060. This is a 42 horse, 4-cylinder diesel. Why we picked this is the first 4-cylinder Kubota engine that they offer in this Grand L series, but also gives you the right widths that the customer needed to get down narrower than the blade when it's angled to be on a sidewalk. So the narrow ag tires are on there. We did stud the tires, which is kind of neat, just for traction. Being an ag tire, it will paw through the snow and find traction, but again, when you're on icy surfaces, the studs help out. And moving back, we've got a fender kit on it, along with narrow ags on the back with cast centers on them for counterweight or for traction weight of pushing, along with a fender extension on the back. Again, that's more for going down the road and the salt spray and the road spray off of that, of not covering your windows and keeping it clean for operating, along with keeping the salt and debris off the tractor itself. And then at the back, we'll look at that a little bit and the blower in a little bit, but this is where we wanted to start. Again, this could be on any of the L60 series tractors, this front blade or blower or sander, but this is the one that the customer picked to get the width they want for sidewalk clearing. All right, so in a minute we'll look at the 64-inch blower option, but right now we're gonna look at the drop sander. So again, this is a drop sander, and why they call it that is it's physically gonna drop in the width that that sander is. It is PTO driven, that you can regulate the speed of that orbit gear in the sander. We'll get a picture of the inside for you here. And your adjustments are on the outside of how open you want your trap door to allow you to put as much material as you want down, along with the spinner. So a little bit of combination of fine tuning of what you really wanna do for laying that out, but we'll show that a little bit later in the video of it laying down sand. You do have greasable bearings. You do have this top extension that we've added. And again, the hatch just opens up, so nice and easy to fill. You know what I mean? If you got a small bucket or anything that way, you could be using that. Or if you have to have it in bags, easy to pour in. It's not too high that, you know what I mean, you're up and high and not being able to lift things up there or dump them in. And a nice lid to keep the moisture out. So that's the main thing of a drop sander. Will have that auger and it'll really chew things up, and if you do get some moisture clumps, it's not going to affect it as much as a spin spreader. The other thing with a spin spreader is it's got a wide fan base, and Great for parking lots, great for, you know, I mean, roadways that you're clearing. But when you're doing a 4 foot wide or 5 foot wide sidewalk, you don't need to be spreading it on the lawn. You want it where the people are walking and where you're clearing. So a drop sander is the best for that application. That's why this customer went to it. Going over to the blower, this is a 64-inch wide. You can purchase a 74-inch wide blower as well for this series, but this is the one that he decided, because again, the sidewalks being narrow, went with this narrow snowblower. Nice big heavy duty gearbox at the back. Again, that 4-point hookup where you're gonna come in and grab it with the 2 top hooks on your quick hitch and then pin the bottom ones on and hook up your PTO shaft. Along with it, it'll have hydraulic rotation and deflection on the chute. So again, you can point that snow right where you want it. And it is a double pivot chute that you'll see. So you can really point down in front of you, as you can see here of it pointing down, that if you had a spot where you couldn't put it to either side of you and you had to blow it in front of you to re-blow it again when you could put it somewhere, this blower will handle that. Nice big tall blower for that aspect of keeping the snow rolling in front of it, but 64-inch wide. Again, like every Kubota blower, you can put your side wing extensions on. You can do your hydraulic deflection, rotation comes standard. And then again, your oil bath gearbox in this one instead of just a chain drive, because it is a commercial blower, so a little bit more heavy duty box there and an oil level to maintain. But other than that, you've got your auger that'll have bearings on the end to grease. You'll have your chain to grease, and you got a shear bolt to maintain. That's it. All right, just to wrap up today's video, again, we looked at the L4060 model. So this is our Grand L series. This is a 42 horsepower 4-cylinder diesel, natural aspirated. But this series will start at 37 horsepower and work their way up to 62 horsepower in a turbo diesel. So whatever horsepower is right for you. This customer picked the 4060 due to the width that we can get down with the narrow ag tires we added. Along with some snow features of this did get some extra features of the 3-point hitch got beefed up, your beacon light, your fenders and fender extensions on the rear, cast weights for pushing weight, that kind of thing for making this to his application, along with a 5-foot front blade, a 64-inch front blower, and a rear drop sander is what got added to this to make this nice package. So hope you liked the video today and the demonstration outside of showing the blade in action and the sander. If you did, hit that like button below, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.